G'day YouTube, my name's Lance and welcome to Bundy Bears Shed. Well, the weather report. Well, I think it's been about 24, 25. We had a 26 yesterday and we're expecting a bit of rain tomorrow, so it might cool down, but our low temperatures are about 11 at the moment, so nice spell again. Beautiful days for outside working, but and that's what I've been doing a bit of mucking around like that. So a little while ago I mentioned that I'd done a deal on a couple of tractors, and it took a little while for the deals to come off, and we're dealing, it was a deceased estate and the family started fighting, and the tractors had to stay there, and one of them got a court thing going to stop the other ones, and oh, bloody greedy bastards. But anyway, one bloke, he used to help Dad all the time at the farm, and the other kids didn't want to know the old boy hardly, and yeah, when he died they wanted to know him then, and the poor bloke that helped his old fella farm and all that, he just about got the boot. So anyway, the court ruled they had to sell the farm complete with all the gear. So I bought these tractors off the people that bought the farm. So it's been a long process, but on the Ford 4600 there's no cylinder head for that, and there was a cylinder head and they took it into the local engineering works to get the head done, but with the family fighting, one family wouldn't let the other one have it, and anyway. So I know the fellow that runs the engineering works, and I asked him about it, and he said the head's missing. So, but it doesn't matter, I got one here. So anyway, I've done a bit of a walk around this morning for you, and it's just after lunch now on Saturday, and I've got the tractor, I've put it out in the wash bay and spent the morning pressure cleaning it and trying to tidy it up, and I'll have another walk around. I went for a walk around with the camera before the pressure clean. I'll go for another walk around shortly after the pressure clean, and I'll just give you a bit of a look at, yeah, just the difference, and I'll try and get it out the front, and we'll pop the engine out of that pretty soon, and we'll start on it. There's a few things we have to do, and yeah, one of them's injection pump's been there with no cap on it, so I'll probably jump into that pretty early just to get any moisture out and make sure it's okay. So yeah, a project there. Everyone wants to buy a tractor with a rooted engine, and the TEF20, the old Fergie, it's a 1955 diesel grey Fergie, and we got it here last week, and the fuel tank was missing, and so anyway we went back out the farm and we found that. They let us go out there, so we found that, and we did a bit of research on the Fergie forums and things like that, and the tractor left the factory in England on the 15th of August 1955, so it's older than me by a bit, the old girl. I can still turn the engine over with the fan nice and easily, and it's got good engine oil in it and all that, so it needs a bit of work, of course. That's why these tractors, they were going to the scrap. If I didn't take them, they were going to the scrap, and I got them quite cheap, and I've got a bit of room to move to spend a few bob on them and tidy them up and go from there. But so yeah, this weekend I've been pressure cleaning one, and I'll take it round the front there now this afternoon, and I'm going to set it outside Bundy Bears Shed and pop the engine out, just because it'll take too much room in here, and so I can swing the engine out with the forklift and just bring it in and pop it on a pallet or something like that and strip it down. So we'll probably do that. The TEF20, well, I've got the pressure cleaner out and all the gear out there, well, I'll probably clean it this afternoon, so I might do a before, well, I've done a before walk around, I might do an after on that too for you, and see how we go with that. Stickers come in the mail. JB from Oz. Hey, gotta be a good bloke, he's from Oz. Hey, ha! Thanks Marcus. He sent me a little gauge too, a little radius gauge. That's a neat little thing. Beautifully cut, eh? They must be just laser cut out. And it's got JB from Oz YouTube on it. So I'll set that with Bruce's gear pitch gauge that I got off Bruce from West Australia. Marcus is from West Australia too, but JB from Aussie's channel. And so get over there and show him some love and have a subscribe and have a bit of a yarn in the messages, say good day and all that sort of stuff. So he's just getting cranked up and getting the show on the road. So so that'll go on the board. The board's over the other side where I've been doing a bit of filming for the Fergie, and so I haven't got the board back over on my workbench here yet. My bench here is still a bloody mess, you know. It's got shit everywhere. I haven't tidied up from last week. I've still got the tool holders and all the gear there, but I haven't done any work on them as as a customer wanted a heap of or half a dozen bushes made. There's an old fella in town, Schulze, and he had a engineering place in town here, and he was a clever bloke. Grumpy old bastard. God, he'd rip a fart up you. But he was a whiz, eh? And they say years ago he had 40-something people working, and the tax man come and was going to do this and that and the rest. And so he put most of them off on the spot and went back to a 2 or 3 man show. And but anyway, look, he passed on a few years ago, old Schulze, but he used to make these slashes, or toppers you'd call them, or bush hogs, I think. Everyone calls them something different around the world. But anyway, you put it on the back of your tractor and you go round and round in circles, and it cuts the grass. So, but he had a bit of a following making slashes, so not a problem so much. But every bloody thing he made different, and he made his own blades, and they were good blades. But you had to go back there all the time. I suppose he wasn't that silly, eh? You had to go back there all the time and buy the blades, because the standard blades, you know, Howard Superior and all that, he made his all different. So, which is, you know, probably a clever thing he did. But now he's passed on, and no one's doing the parts. And there's still in our area quite a few slashes around from Semco. So, so I decided to help these people out, and I've taken a bit of footage of making the big discs. There's a disc that's 3 inches OD. It's got a 2-inch section in it that's 650 thou thick that the head of a bolt goes in. And that goes up, then a bush goes on, and the slasher blade goes on there. So he needed 4, so we did 6, so he's got a couple of spares. And at the end of the clip here, I'll put a bit of machining that on. And then there was little bushes. I didn't film the little bushes. The reason was I was filming the big ones, and I got all them done. Then I just started parting off the other ones, the little bushes, and Grumpy Dave next door come over. So I turned the camera off, and I was just bloody just parting them off. And anyway, I had it too slow, and I had a bit of a brain fart, and I was talking to him, and yeah, I should have just stopped. And anyway, I broke the end out of me bloody parting off tool, buggered up a tip, and yeah, the job had bit on the tip. See, I like to part fast, so you got that momentum going, but I had it slow because I was drilling, and I didn't speed it up. I thought, oh, I'll just go steady, have a yarn to Grumpy Dave while I'm going. So so anyway, my mistake, I buggered the end of me tip up and had to go and put a new one in. I thought it buggered the tool, but it didn't. And so anyway, I left that, and this morning I just parted them off quickly. So once I fixed my tools up and put the job back a bit, and you know, your job goes crooked in the chuck, and you've probably all done it. And so I had to true it all up and go again. So that job's done. I think I got a photo of the big bushes. I haven't got a photo of the little bushes. Yeah, just a job. But that was 2 afternoons after work. I'd come home and jump on the lathe for a couple of hours and try and saw them out and get them underway. So, but anyway, good thing. eBay, Evil Bay. I'll tell you a little story about eBay. eBay doesn't like. We have a store on eBay called Queensland Tractor Spares and QLD Tractor Spares, and we sell a lot of parts on it, but they don't like you talking to your customer directly. And sometimes someone will ask a question, and, you know, it's easier to say, look, give us a ring, I'll talk to you about it. And anyway, about a month ago, a bloke wanted to know something, and we were talking about hydraulic pumps and mounts and whether he could buy this pump or that pump, and I didn't have the pump he wanted on eBay, but I said, look, I'll put it on there for you, but give us a ring so we can talk about it. You know, we got a 1300 number. Well, eBay saw that message and they sent me a message and said, it looks like you're trying to contact people out of eBay. You're only allowed to sell within the eBay environment, and that's to protect the purchaser from being ripped off by shifty bastards like me, apparently. And but anyway, so they gave me a warning. They said, don't do it again. Yeah, and I thought, oh Christ, yeah. And it was simple. We weren't trying to sell him anything. We were just doing that. But another bloke got onto us, and he wanted a part out of America. And it was a 6-volt voltage relay for an old vintage tractor, something we don't stock. And he contacted us through eBay, and I messaged him back through eBay, and I said, look, we can get one. It'll be so much, $44 something or other. And he said, oh, go ahead and get it and just let me know when it's there. So look, it come in, and one of my staff members said to me, oh, that thing's in, have you got a contact number? And I said, no, it's just through eBay. But I said, just tell them to give us a yell, you know, and we'll sort it out, because I didn't really want to put it on eBay just for one thing, but you can do, and that's what I should have done. But anyway, the email went out of our business. It said, oh, g'day so-and-so, your part is here, it's $44.95. Please ring the 1300 number, and they wrote the 1300 number, and arrange for payment, and we'll get the goods away to you. And I didn't know it went out like that. Or I would have pulled it up. But anyway, I didn't know, but it's gone, it's gone. And so yesterday I get a thing from eBay saying, we got proof that you're selling out of eBay. We're going to restrict your account. And I thought, oh, okay, see what happens. And then I got another thing from eBay saying, no emails. We're going to shut your emails down for 7 days as punishment for trying to sell out of eBay. And I thought, oh, well, fair enough. So be it, sort of thing. And so, anyway, I was looking for another boring bar, a 20mm boring bar for me lathe. So I jumped on eBay yesterday and bought one. And there was a left and a right, and I bought the right, and I thought, oh, I'll buy the left too. So I went back to buy it, and it says, your account's restricted, you can't buy anything. And I thought, oh, okay. So for selling out of eBay, or doing this bloke a favour, getting him his $40 part and sending the email out, they've restricted our account for 7 days. No one can buy off us for 7 days. We can't buy anything for 7 days. I've got a couple of customers that ask, do you send a tax invoice with your stuff? But I'm trying to tell them, yes, we do. And eBay comes back, we told you, no emails. They're up me like a rat up a rafter. But anyway, not to worry. I don't think they'd chuck us out too bad. Our bill with eBay's $600 and $800 a month, so they're not going to chuck us out for too long, I don't think. But anyway, so I normally get notifications on my phone of a weekend as things sell. It goes ching and away it goes. So, but anyway, I'm in the naughty corner with eBay, so we've got to stay in the naughty corner for a while. But it'll cost us a couple of $1,000 bucks by a little bit. But that's life, hey. We stepped over the line, and I just wouldn't have done it how it was done, but it got done out of our business, and that's how it goes. Go with the flow. But anyway, before all of that, I was snooping around eBay, and I spotted these fellas. And this is a countersink, an 1 1/16 countersink, and it's got different. This is a brand new grind, never been used, and with it you get different size guides for it. And so this is a 1 1/16 with 3 different guides for it, and I also bought 1 1/4, and it has a couple of different mandrels with it. So, oh shit, the one's on the floor. Piss poor show if I don't drop something. And yeah, so you can drop these mandrels in and do that. The tooling station had, I think they had 2 or 3 of each there, so I bought one of each size. They've still got some there if anyone would like one, but yeah, tooling station. One was $60, one was $70 or something like that. But look, they're brand new. Well, look, I think it's brand new. There's no marks of use on the Morse taper at all. And yeah, this one's covered completely. So yeah, I didn't have a job for them. I just thought, geez, that'd be bloody handy. I'll find a use for them for sure. They're number 3 Morse taper, so they'll fit in the milling machine and in the drill or whatever I choose to do with them. Yeah, so yeah, they were just there. So anyway, I'm over in a naughty corner in eBay, so I won't be able to show you any tools next week. Yeah, just how it goes. But look, we'll flick over now. I'll show you the machining of the discs that I've done for the fella, and we'll go for a walk around some tractors and I'll show you what we've been up to. Well, look at this. Have you ever seen such a gem? That's how I bought it. People pulled the engine apart. Look at the rust down that bore. Incredible. They pulled the tractor apart. Never got round to putting it back together. One of the owners of the farm, the old fella, he passed away, and the rest of the family just let it sit there. They took it to get the head fixed in town, but the head's disappeared, so doesn't matter. I've got a spare head here. We'll come around the back. Okay, we've got a drawbar, which is good. The top link's still there. The tyres are good, 18.4 38 inch high. There's a top link there. A little bit of rust on the guards. She needs a good tidy up. And this is before I've degreased it. So that's just inside and around. Oh, the seat's up the shit really. The tacos, look, that seems to work. The steering column needs a bit of work. Oh, I love them like this. And look, you pay nothing for these tractors like this. If I didn't buy this one, I believe it was going to the scrap, and it's a great opportunity for me, not only to have a tractor to do up, a new toy to play with, but I've made really good money out of these in the past. Like, you pay nothing for them. It's got a proper roll frame, a canopy. So there we go. What's the plan? Well, this morning it's out here being degreased. Someone's stolen the nipple off the injection pump here, the breather, or the bleeder. The injection pipes have been all left open, so I need to pull that pump apart and go through it just to make sure it's not completely crook. Bit of a build up through here. The line is they just left it outside. The family had a big fight and they just left it outside. And look, it's water cooled. This is the dipstick. Water cooled engine. The sump's just full of water. And a lot of people wouldn't touch this, but I just see opportunity. I'm a bit excited about having a play with it. So, a little bit of rusty foot plate there. But we'll clean it up. First up, it's out the back here to have a good pressure clean. And yeah, we'll give it a big tidy up, and sort of trying to turn pig shit into ice cream, really. But anyway, that's how we like them. So there you go, there's a new project. Well, I had an opportunity to go out to the farm. There's Kelly dog. She's busy. Don't know what she's busy doing, but anyway. I had an opportunity to go out to the farm and have a good look around before the scrappy come in this week, so I was able to pick up a big bag of injectors and junk. The radiator, the bonnet. The bonnet's got a bit of rust in it. We have tappet covers, air cleaners, water pump housings, generators. There's another drawbar there. So yeah, I got a lot of work to do by the look of things. But that's alright, that's why we're here. That's why we do it. It's like a kit tractor. Hey, you just buy this kit and it keeps you amused putting it together. And look, while we're having show and tell, here's another one. What a beauty. Hey, have you ever seen such a gem? It's a diesel Ferguson TE20. Now the difference in this is that it has the high kingpins. It has these big kingpins, so it's been put up on high clear for the sugar cane, which is something a little bit different. But it hasn't run for a while. Someone's stolen the fuel lift pump off it, but that's all right. We're happy with that. This bar here, she's a bit of a banana bar, that fella, ain't? And yeah, it's no back tyres. The front tyres are rooted. Once again, same farm that we got the blue Ford off. The fuel tank is missing. If I can get the bonnet up, oh, sorry about that. But yeah, the fuel tank was missing, which isn't a big deal either. And this had the blue stripe up the side, you can just see. But if we just swing around, I had this alloy fuel tank that I've just put over on these old dozer tracks I had. And I had an alloy one, and that isn't the right one for this tractor, but when I went out the farm the other day, I spoke to the people before the scrappy come in, and lo and behold, there's the fuel tank off this tractor with its pink paint and all that on it. So that's a good thing. Another part of this tractor is when they put the high clearance on, they adjusted these radius rods and they changed them to suit. But on these tractors, to date them, there's a number on the side in the casting there, and this is the 21st of the 7th, 1955. Up behind the starter there's another number, I think it's 13th of the 7th, 1955. And then it's still got the old push button starter and all on it. Original generator, the generator's got 1955 on it still. And come around to the serial number plate. We've checked that out, and it's number 465076, I think, if I can just read it there. And we did a bit of research before the tractor came home, and this tractor left the factory on the 15th of August 1955 in England. So the fella drove it into the shed. We got to have a chat to the fella that drove it into the shed where it was, and 18 years ago, it was an old tractor then of course, and 18 years ago it blew a back tyre. And the old bloke that owned the farm, that has since passed on, he wouldn't spend the money on the tractor. He says, nah, not spending the money on that old thing, park it in the shed. So they actually drove it into the shed. So it hasn't been started ever since. But the engine turns over. I can turn the engine by the fan there. It's got nice clean engine oil in it. The back end's full of dirty watery rubbish. But this pipe here coming up on a TEF, normally in the colder climates it comes down and sits near the exhaust there, so it grabs warm air. But so there you go, that's another one we could probably pressure clean today. Oh, Kelly dog, she reckons she'll just keep an eye out for skippies on duty. She says, I don't know, the old boy fucking talks to himself all the time. So yeah, we'll go and clean the Ford, and then we'll play with this one. Sparks will probably help me with this one, but I'll have to run it past them yet. One thing at a time, there's no hurry. And there you go, had the old pressure cleaner. That's a pressure cleaner I got off Evil Bay. It's a Jet USA and RX 550. Geez, it's been a cracker. But back Back to my tractor. That's what it looks like now. We've cleaned all down inside so I don't get so dirty pulling it apart. You find a few more things when you pressure clean a tractor. Like this arm. This arm is loose on the spline there. You can see a little bit of movement there. There's a little bit of rust in the roll frame. We'll have to look at fixing. But yeah, it's a lot better now. I said in the other video the rear tyres were 18.4 38s. They're 14.9 38s. But yeah, she's looking a bit better, isn't it? Obviously done a lot of slashing. You can see as a slasher turns, it throws up into this corner up in here, and you can see the paint's missing off there, and it's not missing on that one, so that's alright. And the tyres on the front are an odd size too. With these big centres, they're 750 20s, but they're in good order. We shouldn't have to find any. But all in all, she's a little bit different to when you saw it earlier. The only thing that's not different's down there. So there you go. That's what I spent the morning doing.